we encounter adventures and memorable events. Making the most of these events is key, because these adventures create milestones in our lives, and what better way to document these milestones than through books? Milestones, big or small, but they all hold a special place in our hearts. The accomplishments may be personal, such as graduating from school or getting a promotion at work, or they may be shared with others, such as getting married or even having a child. These books can serve as a reminder of the hard work and dedication that went into reaching that goal. They can capture the memories and emotions associated with it, and they can be cherished for years to come. No matter what the milestone is, capture it in a book.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Children's Book Celebration. We want to thank you for joining us wherever you are joining from across the world. I am C. Ruth Taylor, and I am celebrating with two of our newest children's book authors. And so, if this is your first time joining any of the live broadcasts on the Entrepreneur Secrets channel, I am C. Ruth Taylor, founder of the Entrepreneur Secrets Academy. I'm also the Chief Publishing Consultant at BambuSparks and the founder. And we do children's books on a case-by-case basis. We particularly specialize in nonfiction, and we do take some novels. That too is on a case-by-case basis. And so we are excited about the authors that we have today. And we know you are friends and you come to celebrate with them. And so let me know where you're joining from in the chat. I see Coach Thelma. She is from Jamaica. And so you would see in the background, you see BambuSparks. That's the publishing services company that published these two books. And we also have the Entrepreneur Secrets Academy. That's a publishing, training, and education platform. So it's like two sister organizations. And so we have Robert from California. We have Dawn from Davie, Florida. Welcome, welcome. So we're going to have friends, Nathan from Jamaica, friends bringing greetings. If you're interested in children's books, you're going to learn about the journey, and I trust that their story will inspire you to get your children's books done. And we have a special, and towards the end of the program, we'll talk more about it. So I am going to introduce our guests and then bring them on stage. We have Haley all the way from Canada. And you can let me know who you're supporting. Are you here for Natalia or are you here for Susie? Which camp are you a part of? Let me know in the comments. All right. So let me do a brief presentation of our two authors and then bring them on stage. All right. So let's start with Susie Alter. She is from the United States of America, Florida. So Team Florida is in the building. And she published her Sally C. Star book series in the last 5 months, 2 books. And today I checked, and the second in the series is Sally and Pasha Go Fishing for Friends. That book is now on the Amazon best-selling list. The top 100 in new releases, it's at number 22. So it's moving up the charts. And then we have Natalia. Her first book is The Terrific Tales Ruben Tells. She is the creative publishing lead at BambuSparks. And her book, I think, was it at number 6 on the Amazon bestseller list for new releases or number 11? But congratulations to Susie and Natalia. And today we're just celebrating with them. Let me bring up Susie's 2 books because Natalia has 1 and Susie has 2. All right, so there they are. So this is a series. It's the Sally C. Star series. Book 1, Sally C. Star. And then the second book is Sally and Pasha Go Fishing for Friends. So you need to get both books. All right, so without further ado, let me bring our guests on stage. Welcome, Susie.
Welcome. Welcome, Ruth. Hi, Natalia.
Welcome, Natalia. It's good to have you guys. I'm excited for you because I know this is a dream come true.
It is.
Right. So let me see who is in the camp. All right. So we have, I call her Tete Amma. She is supporting Natalia. And we have here Shaf. I suppose since he says go Nat, he's supporting Natalia. We have Joel here and Stephanie. So that's Team Natalia. Let's see who is here for Susie. All right, let's see. Lynn. So I suppose that's Team Susie, right? And Robert is Team Susie. Dawn.
That's
Team Susie. All right. So we have a good number of persons in the house. Thank you so much for joining. Let's have a little chit chat with our authors. And then they also have some friends who will be joining live and some via video to bring notes of congratulations. So let's start with Natalia and then Susie. Natalia, what's your favorite thing about Jamaica? Talk to us.
I'd have to say how beautiful it is. I mean, you really get to appreciate God's creation living here. Like, as much as I live in St. Andrew and it's slowly turning into a concrete jungle, I can still just look out my window and see the mountains. And I mean, anywhere I go, really, anywhere you go, you can see the mountains and even the sea sometimes. And I just think it's really great and I'm really blessed to live here.
Awesome. Now, Susie, you are not a Jamaican, though we have white Jamaicans.
Come on. Yes, I am.
So, tell us the Jamaican story and what's your favorite thing about Jamaica? What's the Jamaican connection?
The Jamaican connection is that my father purchased a home in the 70s, and I've been down to Jamaica to visit, and it's in Portland. And I've been down to Jamaica at least over 10 times. I celebrated birthdays down there. We both my kids have been down there at least 3 or 4 times apiece. I think one of my favorite things about Jamaica is when you have a chance to be in a quiet place, you feel such peace. And you also feel like you're in the midst of a almost like heaven on earth, because you can see the land and the water, and it even though there might be some things going on around you, you just feel how God's creation is there in Jamaica. And the food. I love the food of Jamaica. Different times of year, you can get fresh things that grow from the ground. And any given time, you can have your pawpaw, you can have your mangoes, you can have, and then also someone could come out of the water and bring you a lobster. Okay, now, I don't know how you can beat that. So I have to say, and the fresh bread and the coffee. Let me tell you, you haven't had good coffee unless you've had the Blue Mountain coffee. Okay, you've got really good coffee there. And the sourdough bread. Just, I don't know. I can't talk enough about Jamaica. I know that every time I've been there, I don't gain any weight because you would think I would, because I ate so much food. But most of the things you have there, a lot of fruits, a lot of vegetables. And I find that people in Jamaica cook their food with love.
Thank you so much. All right. So that was a promotion brought to you by the Jamaica Tourist Board. Just kidding. That's from BambuSparks. All right. So Now it's time to get into your business because I just told them the book that you wrote and your name, but I haven't said anything about you. So let's go back to Natalia. Tell us a little bit about who you are, uh, what's the name of your book, and what's the story behind that book. So that's
Okay.
like three things in one. So the floor is yours.
Okay, so my name is Natalia Downer. I'm 24 years old. I'm a pastor's kid. I currently attend Swallowfield Chapel, and I'm on the ushering ministry there, and I'm also on the host team in my youth group. I graduated from University of the West Indies last year, doing writing, literature, and publishing. And my book, the title of my book is called The Terrific Tales Reuben Tells, and I'm going to give you a little background behind it. So the idea to write a children's book in the first place came from one of my Connect group leaders. She heard that I was a writer, and she jokingly asked me to write a Christian children's book because she was having a hard time finding books to read to her children. And well, that's where it all began. So, in essence, The Terrific Tales Reuben Tells is about an 8-year-old boy named Reuben who aims to bring joy to his grandmother, Nana, by making up outrageous stories that make life seem a little more exciting than it is. And in turn, Nana elaborates on the different Christian principles she hears coming out of each story he comes up with. So the book at its core is a devotional disguised as a story where each chapter touches on a different Christian principle like kindness, patience, forgiveness, generosity, and honesty. And it was written to teach children these very principles in a fun and easy way. It's like a gentle introduction to Christ.
I like that.
Yes, we like that, Natalia. That's very much the pastor's kid coming out, producing materials for children. And this is
Yes.
the lovely book, The Terrific Tales, Reuben Tells. And they're not in Jamaica yet, but in another 2 weeks or so, they should be here. All
Yes.
right. So you graduated last year, and you said your degree is in?
Writing, literature, and publishing.
So, unlike many university graduates who complain that when they leave school they can't get a job, they're not putting their
Natalia.
In complaints. Right.
You are putting your degree to use, and you were also the person who formatted this book and helped to prepare it. So congratulations, you're putting that degree to use. All right.
Yes.
Thank
And so
you.
we are proud of you. Tete Ama is saying, proud of you, Natalia. Shanice is saying, love. So all your supporters are in the building. We are happy that you're putting that degree to use. And now, the other lady of the hour, Miss Auntie Susie, because you know that's what they're going to start calling you, the children. In Jamaica, when we have our teachers of children, we call them Auntie. So
All righty.
I'm dubbing you Auntie Susie this evening.
I'll take it.
Because we had, and you're going to be called Auntie Natalia. Natalia. All right, so Susie, tell us the story. Tell us a little bit about who you are and the story behind your book.
Okay. I grew up in Chicago, and we used to come down here for vacations every year, and I could never understand why anyone would want to live in the middle of winter when they could live down in Florida and walk around in flip-flops. So I came down here. It just seemed like more fun. And so I've always written since I was a child. I've always written stories, but I was never an illustrator. So writing different stories, I used to make up stories all the time. But the idea behind Sally was doing COVID when I wasn't working and my husband was sick and I was really having a hard time. And I have to say that our pastor really kept us going because every single day at 12 o'clock lunchtime, she encouraged us and spoke God's word to us. And it really inspired me, and it kept me in an even keel of trusting God through everything. So, but when I started writing about Sally, I was still very troubled about things were happening at home. And I just prayed about it, and someone mentioned about writing stories. And so I just started writing. And Sally herself, I thought that there might be 3 books, but it's 2 books. And the whole idea behind Sally is that she's a sea creature, but she gets rejected because she's the most beautiful sea star in the whole ocean. She's not rejected because she's not good looking. She's rejected. And people just don't. The other sea stars just don't get her, and they push her away. And she's very lonely, and she's very sad, and she wants to be a friend, and she wants to have a friend. And that's her main drive, is to go looking for a friend. And how she finds a friend, how they become besties, and through their friendship becomes a miracle for her bestie. And so I suppose I would like to say that her friend is too afraid to even try to have a friendship, but Sally stays with her and loves her into their relationship. And I think that's one of the main thrusts of this book is that it embraces the diversity of different types of creatures in the world. And it helps children to understand that emotionally they may not understand what's going on, but they need to embrace the fact people are going to be different from you, but it's never okay to be mean or unkind to someone because you don't understand them. And so I would like the children to understand that it's not just for them. The books are for anyone who wants to read them, anyone who wants to find out about how wonderful they are personally, in the love, how they find the love for themselves. They find they can find the love in others as well. So I like I said, I think it also promotes the like Natalia's book. It makes you realize that there's skills that you can learn to embrace the diversity of the others, and to realize you yourself are different, and you want others to accept you for who you are.
Awesome sauce. Wonderful. So it's a book that celebrates diversity. And I only have one because the other book came out. Was it last week? That's Sally and Pasha Go Fishing for Friends. And it's lovely. It's lovely. And books play a part in our healing, because you said during COVID your husband was ill, and our condolences, he passed. But during this time, it unearthed your creativity. And we're grateful, despite how bad COVID was, that in the midst of the gloom, a light came through in the form of your beautiful books.
Well, I would like to say it's what God says, that in spite of what's bad, he always turns good to things that are bad. And that's God, who God is.
All right. So your friend Alma is saying, Susie, whom is a beautiful, caring soul, loves people and adores children. Her first book brings us back to when we were children and what we go through with other children, whether younger or older. That's a nice way to segue into the greetings from friends. And Alma, we're not just going to are you still here with us? We don't just want to get your written greeting. We want you to come on in person and share with us. So I'm going to bring you on stage shortly. But we also have greetings from Susie's son. So we're going to take a greeting from her friend. Is it Kathy? From her son, Rob. And we have
Cindy.
Alma.
It's Cindy.
Cindy. All right. Yes, Cindy's going to come on. And then we're going to get some greetings from Natalia's family. So it's good to have this family support. We're in this thing together. All right. Okay, so give me a second to bring on Susie's son. So I'm going to put you guys backstage and then bring them on. So Susie's son could not make it in person to the live, but he sent his greetings, and we trust that you'll be able to hear it. So here we go. This is one of our sons. This is Rob.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here today. I'm so excited to introduce somebody very special to me. My mom, Susie. Today she's going to be sharing her very first published children's book, Sally Seastar. This story comes from her heart, and it's a beautiful reflection of her creativity, her love for storytelling, and her passion for inspiring young minds. This story is very personal for her, and I know it brings her a great deal of happiness to be able to share it with others and see the ways in which it speaks to each person. And I hope it brings you as much joy as it did for me. Enjoy.
A lot like yours, Susie. You have a... Hi, Susie. Hi, everybody. My name is Cindy Taylor, and I just wanted to join you and tell you how much I love Susie's new book. You know, Sally Seastar has a big heart, and it's a lot like yours, Susie. You have a big heart. This book came out of a hard time for Susie, and she was looking for a way to give and encourage and be joyful. And look, it's a joyful, uplifting, encouraging book. I love Sally's big heart. I love the illustrations. I love everything about this book. I've read it to all my grandchildren, and they love it too. Thank you.
All right. So Team Susie in the building. Give it up for Team Susie. We have one more person, and we're going to bring her on back a little later. We're going to continue the chat with the authors, but we also have Team Natalia in the building, and we're going to take greetings from her parents, Joel and Stephanie. So let me bring them on stage.
Oh, we got a book. We got a book. We got a book. We got a book. We're so excited. Well, when Natalia mentioned, pastor's kid, okay? I guess you're talking about me. I'm the pastor. This is Stephanie, the mother. We're really so excited about the trend. Natalia from a very early stage, somebody who was into stories, really, and very, very committed. And I think she said she's gonna do. You bet it's gonna get done. When she said she's gonna write a book, we just watched her write. Right?
Yes, she when she was very little, she used to love to tell the stories, and to her Nana too. And she'd say, Nana, would you like to hear a story? And then she would just say, once upon a time, and she'd start to relate the stories one after the other. So I knew she was going to be a little writer. And I'm so proud of her to come up with this book. And I'm also very happy that University of the West Indies came up with the course, writing, publishing, and literature, because exactly what she wanted to do. And initially when she had applied, they didn't have that course. So she actually started doing law, which I knew would not cut it for her because she's very creative.
To me.
So they came up with this course, and it was just like a godsend. We couldn't stop praising God after that. So this story, I have read it 2 times, and I enjoy it. Every time I read, I just enjoy it, and I'm so proud of you, Natalia.
There's somebody on the chat, Miss
Ababio, yes,
who actually lectures at UE, but is somebody who's interested in children. I want to just say a big shout out to you, because you came to Queen's Prep and intervened in the
at a time when they needed
of the children, and
help
you
with their
made
writing.
a huge difference. So this book, as Natalia said, is a book. It's a storybook. It's a devotional. It's a book that speaks about the attitudes of right living. But the way it is done, very crafty, and I'm telling you, that's my daughter, very crafty, nicely woven into stories. That is very encouraging. So, guys, get your book. We're proud of her.
And we're really hoping that
Natalia.
Lives will be changed.
Yeah, right.
All right. And that's so typical of parents. I see 2 proud parents. And something that you said about Natalia is very true. There's a quote in one of Jim Rohn's speeches. He said that good people are not made, they are found. And Natalia she's young, but so responsible, so gifted. If she says, I don't have to micromanage her.
Okay.
You tell Natalia to get something done, and she gets it done. Nobody needs to watch her. And with more young people like Natalia coming out of Jamaica, we're in good hands. So I agree with you. Very creative. And if she says she's going to do something, she gets it done. So you did well.
If you don't mind, if you don't mind, I want to say that one of the things that really excited me that Natalia is young. And so she understands youthfulness, she understands children. And so, I mean, when you read this book, it's just amazing because the things that is difficult for us as adults to capture, she's able to capture it and make it appealing. Stephanie, yes, something.
Yeah, I also want to thank you, Ruth, because you made this all possible. And I mean, you're a godsend, right? I really want to thank you for, just giving her this opportunity.
You're welcome. All right. Praise be to God. All righty then. We're going to bring on Susie's friend, Sarah Lee. So thank you, Mommy and Daddy, for doing such a good job. Take care. All right. Sarah, are you there? All right.
I'm here. Hi, everyone. Good evening. I'm Natalia's friend.
All right. 1 second, Sarah. Let me big you up a little. All right. Go ahead and bring greetings to your friend.
So first and foremost, I just want to say a big congratulations to Natalia. Anybody knows Natalia know that this is her lifelong dream to be published. So when she told me that her book was published, it was a celebration. I met Natalia in 2021. As our mom mentioned before, we were the first batch in the entire Caribbean, not only UWI, but the entire Caribbean to do a publishing course. And Natalia has excelled in every single aspect. Natalia is committed, everything. Whenever we had assignments, you can always contact Natalia to get them done, to remind us to do our assignments. So having Natalia on the team, it's a set up for success, basically. So I just want to congratulate you again, Natalia. We're all ecstatic. We love the book. And this is your true calling to spread the word, not only of God to adults, but to all children's, true children's ministry. Sorry, yeah, but congratulations. I have to go right now, but Natalia, congrats. Keep it up. We love you. Bye.
Thank you so much, Sarah. We're going to take, hopefully Susie's friend is back. Is your friend back, Susie? We want her to bring her greetings. All right. So we might take her back in the second segment. Let's go. Alma, please come back. We want you to bring your greetings live. In the meantime, let's take another of Natalia's friends, and then we're going to get back to speaking to our authors. Kimona, welcome to the stage.
Hi, everyone. All right. Congratulations on publishing your first book, Natalia. I'm extremely proud of you for achieving this milestone. This doesn't really surprise me, as you've always had a deep passion for writing. So I'm really happy that your hard work and dedication has paid off. It's very heartwarming to see how you've followed your passion and continue to remain true to yourself and true to your dreams. And I just want to encourage you to remain faithful and steadfast in your journey. And I mean, we know that this is the first of many books to come. You've been blessed with great talent, and I know you'll continue to do the good work. And I'm also super happy that I get to experience this journey with you. Trust me, it's a really proud moment, and I'm happy the world gets to see how much of an exceptional writer you are. And I speak on behalf of all our friends when I say that we're all happy for you, and we expect nothing but great things from you, Natalia.
Thank you so much, Kimona. All right, we feel the love. Send us some fire in the chat. So far, so good. We're going to talk back to our authors. How many of you in the chat have a desire to publish a book or maybe a children's book? Let me know in the comment section before we bring on back our authors. All right, so we're going to bring them on back shortly. So we have Karen joining. That looks like Team Natalia. Alma, we're waiting on Alma to come back, but she has also sent a written comment. But I want it to be on both sides, you know, because all of Natalia's persons were live. We want somebody to come live for Susie. But let's get back to interviewing our authors about their books. So are we ready, ladies? Let's go. We're going to start off with you, Susie. All right. One of the challenges in doing children's books, which is why we do it on a case-by-case basis, sometimes it's the illustrations. Sometimes it can be very expensive. Sometimes just getting the right illustrator is not the easiest things to do. And for children's books, this is vital, especially children's coloring book or children's book at a certain stage of their lives. It can be challenging. And I want you to tell us how you navigated that. But just put that on pause. I see one of Susie's friends is here live. It's Dawn. So I'm going to ask Dawn to just bring greeting, but think about that question and then we come back, because a lot of people want to navigate that aspect, the illustrative element in putting together this type of children's book. So let's have a word from Dawn, and then I'll come back to you guys. So let's add Dawn to the stage. Hi, Dawn.
Hi, everybody. Good evening. I just want to say quick few things about Susie. And can you guys hear me?
Yes, we're hearing you.
Okay. I know that this book has been a passion of hers for a long time. She is just an amazing friend and neighbor, and I've known her for 12 years now. And when I tell you everything in her life revolves around God and God's will, that's the truth. And this book was led by God through her. And I really, from the deep down in my heart, know that it's just going to reach out to so many kids and even adults. And I hope that this book can touch people and encourage people and just remind everybody that God's first thing for us to do is to love. And we have to accept those that are in our lives and whoever he brings into our lives. And we have to appreciate them and respect them and hope that we can just make some good, solid connections for God. And Susie definitely does that every single day of her life. And I'm so proud of her.
Thank you so much, Dawn. Team Susie. Take care. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. I feel much better now. We had live from Natalia and then live from Susie. All right. So who wants to go first? Susie, let's talk about your illustrations, because this is a challenge for folks who want to illustrate their books. How did you do this? It says written and illustrated by, so you did your own illustrations. Talk to us about that.
Okay, I just want to let you know, when you hold the book, we're getting a bright light on it and you can't see it. So you have to tilt it there. That's a little better. You see that, Natalia? Yeah, I need it because you can't. Okay. Well, I was looking for an illustrator for a long time. I wrote those books during COVID, and so 4 years I was sitting on them, and I couldn't. I would need to go back because I was looking for a publishing house I could trust, and somebody was working for my pastor, and they recommended you. I called you, and we connected, and it was a God connection, I think. And you're the one, Ruth, who told me you drew the first characters of the book. Why don't you just illustrate it yourself? And I went, I don't know about that. I am not an illustrator, but I'm just going to pray about it. I'm just going to do it. And as soon as I pushed past my fear and started drawing, all of a sudden I could feel that God was working with me. I wasn't by myself. And I fell in love with drawing. And the truth is to help other people when it comes to illustrating. It's an individual thing. You need to find out where your passion is, who you're writing to, what, you know, if you, what age group that you're thinking of writing it to, and come. I think that just like an artist and just like a musician writes out of the things that have happened in their life. And so I don't know how else to encourage anybody other than to let them know that if they want it bad enough and they are willing to push past their fear, they can find that they can do almost anything. And so illustrating is a, thank you, Lucy. I can see Lucy saying, yay. So, and I also had a great encouragement from my children. I think my boys and my friends. So I think it's important to tap into the people that are around you, the ones that you encourage and they encourage you. And it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of patience and a lot of diligence, because the initial characters that I drew for Sally took me hours upon days of just drawing and drafting and drawing and throwing out until it was exactly what I was looking for. So once in a while I could do a drawing and I'll be like, dang, right there, I got it. But most of the time, it took a lot of time. And so you have to be patient as well. And don't be afraid to do something different. Okay?
Cool. How long did it take you to get those illustrations, Susie?
The initial ones?
It's 2 books in 5 months. And you were drawing to, so how long did it take?
Okay, I have to put a shout out to Natalia, because she was such a helpmate with this, because she showed me the principles of formatting. I had no idea that I was a newbie. And so she walked me through it, of understanding that each page would either have all words on it, or each page would only have a picture, or each page would have words and a picture. And if it had words and a picture, they would have to correspond with the words. So make sure that I think before you do illustrations, I think it's really important to get your book down, to know your words and your story behind it and get it in your heart. And so Natalia showed me, okay, this is how it's done, one by one by one by one. And we went over every single page. And so I had to come up with a picture for every single page. And I just went upstairs in the drawing room and then just started drawing. And Natalia was like, I like that one. Oh, I like that one. Oh, this is great. And she was always behind me, always encouraging me. She was like my little cheerleader. Come on, Susie, you can do it. And so, and some pictures I drew were just by goofing around, playing with because I used pencils to initially draw. I use colored pencils, and I do layers upon layers of colors. I also use glitter pens and lining pens, and I also use watercolors. So one of the pictures, I have to say, for the second book was by accident, of just goofing around with colors, just playing with my watercolor things. And all of a sudden, there was my cave. And so sometimes it's just, I'm just having a good time. And I do believe, and I did mention this when we were doing some ideas about the book, is that if you're not having a good time, you're doing it wrong. Make sure you're enjoying what you're doing. Anything you do that you love and you're enjoying, you're going to have fun with it. And that's the most important thing. If it becomes a chore and your motive is out of just getting it done, it's going to show through your pictures and it's going to show through your words. Your motive has to be pure, of doing it out of really caring about your own item and caring about who you're writing it to. And that's really important. So I have to say, shout out to Natalia, because I couldn't have done it without you. And also Ruth put her 2 cents in too. Oh, yes, she did. She would say, I think that needs to be a full page picture, or I think that needs to be moved over. So Ruth, in her wisdom, helped a lot as well.
All right. Thank you so much, Susie. And that's a good way to segue in to Natalia in terms of her illustration. But, you know, she said she used crayons and pencil. So she hand drew these illustrations.
Yes. No
Yes.
crayons, no crayons, just
No
colored
crayons.
pencils.
She
Yeah.
hand drew them, and then with Natalia's creative abilities, she was able to enhance them.
Thank
And
you.
so,
Yes.
well done,
Because
well done,
Sally
well
C.
done,
Star
well
is a
done.
real blingy character. She has jewels and pearls on her, and those needed to come out and shine. And so Natalia would put it through and she'd go, "What do you think?" And I go, "A little more." And she'd go, "Okay, I'll go back and I'll do it again." I never once felt like she was rolling her eyes at me like, "Oh my gosh, this lady's being a pain." No, she was not. She was like, "If you're not happy, I'm not happy. Let's get this right." So she was
Awesome
wonderful.
sauce. All right, and your friend is here. Yes, so we're gonna bring her
Alma's
on
here. Oh,
stage.
hi, Alma.
Yes. Right.
Hi,
Alma,
oh my God.
the stage is yours.
Yes,
The
again.
connection.
Thank
Yes,
you,
go ahead.
Jesus. Yes,
Go ahead,
yes.
Alma.
Like,
You can. Yes,
like
go ahead.
I was saying, the book, it brings you back to everyone's childhood when we're trying to make friends, and not everybody will accept you, but yet you stand out. Everyone is different, and we're gifted in every way, one way or another, and we end up having friends, special friends. Even as we get older, they stay with us.
All right. So thank you. So you enjoyed the storyline
Oh,
of
I
making
loved
friends.
it. I loved it. It kind of even brought me a tear or two, but it was very good. It's a very good book.
Thank you
Very
so
good.
much, Alma. All right. We're glad we're able to have you share.
And we're proud of Susie and her accomplishment. She's got such a big heart. She really does have a big heart. She's a very caring person.
All right. Bless you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So you heard that, Susie. You're very caring, and it comes out in your writing. All right. So if you guys can look at this, see this page. Hopefully, those in YouTube land, you can see that, and that's a part of the story. And you see how creative she is. You see that creature, one of the characters hiding behind the door, and looking. You know, it's about making friends and celebrating diversity. And so that's Susie's handiwork, enhanced by Natalia. So
enhanced by Natalia, yes.
Yes. So if you can draw, we can help you. You don't have to pay somebody for everything. And as she was saying, some pages have words only, and some have pictures, so it can be a blend. You decide, but all of that is Susie's beautiful handy work. So go get the book. It's on Amazon. All right, Natalia, thank you. Your turn. How did you come up with your illustration? Your book is not the same age group. Your book has more words. It's more for preteens, I would say, or let's say maybe ages 7 to 12,
Right.
more reading age. But you have about 21 illustrations in your book. Talk to us. What did you do?
Okay, so after I finished writing the story, I was kind of just playing around on this AI platform called Night Cafe, and I was trying to see if I could come up with any character designs. I was just being idle. And then I ended up coming up with what you see for the cover image, and I fell in love with it. And the first draft of it was a little ugly, I'm not going to lie, but I love the concept and how it turned out. So I had to keep tweaking the prompt until it came out just about how I wanted it. And then I went into this other thing called Photopia. It's like an online version of Photoshop. And then I tried to do some digital art and fix some things, like if the eyes weren't looking where I wanted them to look, or if there was like any funky bits like extra fingers or anything, I'd like edit them out. And so when it came down to getting the rest of the illustrations, I went to approach some illustrators to see if they could come up with anything that looked like the characters on the cover, and they couldn't. Like they weren't the same, and I really loved how the cover looked. So I decided I'd try to generate all the images. So that's what I ended up doing it, and again going through the whole process of trying to create the prompts and edit them and take out what shouldn't be there and splice and all of that stuff. So yeah.
Awesome. So here we have two different procedures. We know it's very controversial right now, and in some spheres we're having splits. So there are some artists that are not for AI because it's taking away their job, but we are pro AI and we are also pro artists. So this evening you have a blend. You see, we have a space for everybody. So Natalia used AI to generate her own images. So if you are not anti-AI and you want a children's book with AI generated images, we got the team to help you. And if you want to hand draw or use digital art, we can assist you. And just before we wrap up and take more greetings, I said before that we have a special, right? And so for the month of September, we are going to give 5 authors a chance to publish their children's book. You can use AI generated images, or you come with your images, and we can assist you in that. Normally it starts at $1,500 US for the book up to 30 pages, but we are going to have a special where it's going to start at $1,000 up to 30 pages, and then the additional pages, depending on the age group, most on average for the children it's like 50 pages. It needs to be minimum 24 pages. So we look at your story, or we could go up to you don't want it too big, so this we want to take on small books. So 50 pages. If you're interested, let me know. So this is what the AI generated art looks like, and you see it looks good. It looks really good, and she generated those. So Natalia will be able to help you. So just 5 persons for the month of September, because we don't do a lot of children's books. So let me just put the flyer on the screen for anybody who is interested. Offer ends September 30, and up to 5,000 words. So not a lot of words. All right. If you have a little bit more, we can talk and discuss it. So go to BambuSparks.com. That's bamboo with a U, www.BambuSparks.com. And under contact us, you see 3 steps. I think step 2 is book a consultation session. The links are clickable, and let's talk. All right, so let's get back to the authors. That special $1,000 special goes away at the end of September. So go to the website and book a call. All right, so ladies, Susie, 2 books in 5 months. Are there more books coming? Talk to us.
Yes, there are more books coming. I did want to mention one thing that was very important to me, is that I would like to get into the school system and to sell them books as to help the teachers and caregivers to help other children. So I think a lot of children that I guess are labeled with either being neurodivergent or ADD or having Asperger's or any kind of issue like that, or even kids that are going through trauma, because look what happened to COVID. Every child's mouth was covered. Everyone's mouth was covered. So everyone's had trauma. So my desire is to get into the school system and bring the books in to help them. So the next thing that we're doing a Sally Seastar coloring book. And in the coloring book, what I'd like to do is have some pages that are just the outline of Sally and the other sea stars. And I would like to have the book called the Sally, we may change the name, but the whole idea is the Sally Sea Star book of heart feelings. So I would like kids to be able to draw how they're feeling for that day, whatever it is. And not anyone to say, are you sad, are you happy? But let the child themselves draw whatever they wanted on the inside of that. So to me, I would like children to, and it's also okay to get help psychologically if you do need it. If you need a counselor, if you need someone to talk to, find someone safe. So that's another thing I wanted to say is that in the back, and this is very, very important in my books, is at the very back of my book, I use what's called discussion starters. And my discussion starters are for teachers, parents, caregivers, and it's to make open talk with the people reading the books so they can have an open conversation with whatever young person that they're reading it to, or the young person's reading it back. And that's extremely important to open the communication with children and their caregivers, whether it's an adult, whether it's a teacher, whether it's a grandma, grandpa. And so I'd like to do the Sally coloring book. And the next one back after that would be about Francisco. And then after Francisco will be Petunia, my mom's cat. But I've got a quick picture here in the back of the book and this was another gift from Natalia, showing her gift of being able to bring to life what I explained to her that I was looking for. So you can, this is Natalia, all 100%. This is my character, my original character that I drew, but I don't know if you could see. There's my Francisco. Can you see him?
Yes.
So he's Francisco the Foolish Frog. And the whole idea behind Francisco is that being foolish, he's not mean. He just makes decisions based on things that don't make sense. And what happens to you, it happens to anyone that wants a change in their life but doesn't want to change themselves but want everyone else to change. You end up right back where you started. And that's what happens to Francisco. So in the next book, Petunia is about a cat. And again, Francisco and Petunia were both written during COVID. And their characters were initiated during COVID, but they were drawn the past couple of months because of the inspiration that I got with Natalia and with you to say, go ahead and go do it. And so Natalia and I are so excited. We are like Team BambuSparks. We really are. I am so excited to work with Natalia because she's easy to work with and she's encouraging, and you would never know that she hasn't been doing this forever. It's almost like she gave birth and then her mom gave birth to her and then said, okay, go walk, Natalia. And Natalia gets up and walks. Okay. That's how clever she is. And I know she's like blushing if you can't see it, but it's true. I can't sing her praises enough. And so I'm looking forward to the coloring book, and I'm looking forward to Francisco, and then Petunia, my mom's cat, which is about a cat my mother actually had when she was a little girl. So that book is close to my heart. And cats really don't have any redeeming qualities because they're goofballs. They just are cats, okay? So that's Petunia. She gets into a lot of trouble but she is my mom's cat. And so I would like to dedicate that book to my mom. And that's something else Ruth helped me. Ruth helped me to understand how to do an acknowledgement in the beginning and how many words to put on a page. And Natalia helped as well. So anyone out there that wants to be able to write a book and you just need some encouragement or help, guidelines. I don't know if you guys ever played ever bowled, where they had the little rubber things and the bumpers, so the ball just keeps on going and never goes into the gutter. That is Natalia and that is Ruth. They're going to keep you from getting the gutter ball. It's the best way I can explain it. So you know, and listen, why else would I, in the United States of America, choose to go to a family that's in Jamaica if they weren't wonderful? I don't know what else to say, because you guys are wonderful. I know you were like, did they pay you to say these things? No, they did not. But
Thank you so much, Susie.
They're helping me. They really are. So I'm excited. I can't wait for the next. And they have. I know Ruth has constantly said to me, "You need to calm down or
Yeah,
dial it back
Susie
a
is
little,
yes, she's going
And
like
so,
at 100 miles per hour. We have
but
to
that is
say.
my natural tendency that once I get something in my head, I kind of fly with it. And so they've been able to help me to bring it in without jumping down their throats. And they are also, they will make it so that you get hold of them and they will get back to you. They don't ignore you. They don't. They always get back to you. Whether it's so everything is laid out for you. You just have to be able to find out where you're where you want to go and take advantage of that. That's a really good opportunity. You know, it really, really is. So get out there, people.
Thank you so much, Susie. And we just want to bring you over to Amazon a bit, folks. You can get the book on Amazon. We encourage you to write a review. We're wrapping up, but write a review. So I'm going to bring the 2 books on the screen again and just encourage you to go get your book. It's $20. These are all colored books. The Kindle is there as well for $9.99. So these are Susie's 2 books. And it's Susie Alter, right? And
Yes.
it's the Sally Seastar book series. So go get these 2 books and leave a review, because reviews help others to push it. Reviews help Amazon to say, oh, people are buying these books. Let me recommend it to our readers. So thank you so much. So she wants to get into the schools, and Susie's also a puppeteer. So if you want her to come and do a presentation to anywhere children are, she can come. And so we want to encourage you to make use of that. Now on to you, Natalia. What's next? Is there any other book coming out? What's next for you in terms of you and your book?
Yes, I do plan on writing a sequel. You know, the journey with accepting Christ doesn't end with just accepting him. So I want to carry Ruben along on his Christian walk. So there will be more books in that. I'll turn it into a series. So right now I'm working on getting them in local bookstores so they can be available here in Jamaica, and people don't have to worry about ordering them online, or, you know, just to make it easier to access. And I'm also planning on having a pop-up book signing pretty soon, so people can come and have their books signed, or they can come and buy books directly from me. The logistics are still in the works, but I will be announcing the date and the location on my social media as soon as they've been decided. So I think I sent something.
Yes, I will show it. All right. Okay. So I was just bringing up the comments from folks. Somebody was saying she loves the idea. So this evening wasn't just about, you know, just celebrating, but also to give people an idea of how we can make this thing happen. Francisco is so cute, says Lucy. Susie, I think that's Team Susie. And P. Chin is saying, happy for you both, Natalia and Susie, to God be the glory. Joel, of course, Team Natalia, so proud of you. And your parents continue to put up their notes of congratulations. Your mom is saying congratulations to you both. May the Lord bless you both with many more years of impacting children's lives.
Oh, thank you, Mom.
Karen is saying, ladies, I pray the Lord continues to use you to bring glory to him. And Haley is saying, Nat, we rejoice with you. Lenora is saying, so proud of you, sis.
That's my friend from Jamaica. My friend Bessie. Yes. Hi, Bessie.
And we want to remind you, go to www.bambusparks.com. You see it on the screen, and book a free 30-minute consultation session. As a matter of fact, I can bring up the page and walk you through the website. Just 30 seconds so that you see what we're talking about. So we are an online company, publishing services company. We are approved by the Alliance of Independent Authors. That's a global organization that stands for Ethics and Excellence in Self-Publishing. And so I'm the Caribbean ambassador. So we have to make sure that we put out quality books because we want to represent well and we are part of an international body. So we have to do this thing really well. So we didn't pay Susie to talk. She's telling you what we are about. So let me just show that quickly because we're approaching the hour. It's now exactly an hour. So let me share screen and bring that up so you guys can see the site. So it's Bamboo. 90 Feet Tall is about inspiring endless possibilities. So hopefully you're seeing that. Are you guys seeing that? All right, yes. So just scroll down. It's not just children's books. Remember, we only do this on a case-by-case basis, but your memoirs, your how-to, your novels, your seminal works. And then you just go down to connect with us today to complete our consultation form so we can know what your book is about. Then book a free publishing consultation and message us on WhatsApp. Very easy. And it will take you to a calendar link, and then book a session and a member of our team will meet with you. All right. So the books are on Amazon. So this is Natalia's book, The Terrific Tales Ruben Tells. It's $9.99 for the Kindle, $16 for the paperback. And she has already, have you started to get reviews yet? No, we need some reviews, people.
Come on, people, reviews.
Reviews. Let's find Susie's book. So you could put in the name of the book or the author. So I'm just going to put in Susie Alter, and her book going to pop up. See the two books there? Susie has 6 reviews already for Sally C. Star. Way to go. We need more. So there it is. It's $9.99 for the Kindle, $20 for the paperback, and she's got some reviews, and we give God thanks for that. And then the other one is Sally and Pasha Go Fishing for Friends. So once you put in her name, both books come up, and this came out on the 22nd of August. So I'm not sure if there's any review yet, but go review. And last I checked, she was on a new release bestseller list. So let me hop on over there and see if we can find her there. New releases. And let's see if you're in orange, you're on the top 100 bestseller list at least for an hour. And you were there earlier today. Let's scroll down to see if you're still there. Susie, well, we hope that you get back on it before this broadcast is over. I am not seeing it, but you were on earlier. I took a screenshot. So go and get the books, folks. Get the books. Congratulations, ladies. Any final words to anybody who is planning to publish a book? Keep it short, 30 seconds.
You go first, Natalia.
Go ahead, Natalia.
I'd say if you have an idea, go for it. Get your manuscript written. And if you have a certain vision for your illustrations, but the illustrators can't get that vision, or maybe they're too expensive for you at the moment, don't be discouraged. There's a lot of tools available to help you to create your own. Or, pray about it. God might send you to the right illustrator. Or try to draw them yourself. You never know. You might surprise yourself. Or go on YouTube. YouTube can teach you how to draw, all of that.
All right, ladies, this has been a blast, and it has been an honor and a privilege to work with you. And I look forward to seeing how your books will change lives. And remember, it's all about legacy.
Post it too.
Yes, it's all about legacy. I want to leave Natalia's. Natalia gave me her contact, so some of you may want to get in touch with her. I'm going to bring that up, and then we're going to end.
Oh, I didn't send you my email, just my email.
Yes, you can let me know, and then I will type it there just before we go. Say the email, how people can get in touch with you, Susie.
How do I set to send it to you through here? Really?
Well, you can just say it. Say it and I will type
Oh, it's
it.
altersusie@gmail.com. Bam.
All right. So this is how you guys can contact Natalia. She's on Instagram, Natalia D Writes, and on Facebook is Natalia Downer, and email it's nataliaerdowner@gmail.com. So you can take a screenshot of that. I'll also put it in the links in the description area on YouTube. And then Susie's altersusie@gmail.com. So that's easy. So I'll put it in the comments. Thank you everybody for taking the time out on a busy Friday to come and celebrate with us. Have a good evening.
Thank you for being a gracious host, Ruth.
You're welcome. Let me take off the Natalia's promo. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. God bless.
Again, God bless you.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Throughout our lives, we encounter adventures and memorable events. Making the most of these events is key, because these adventures create milestones in our lives, and what better way to document these milestones than through books? Milestones, big or small, but they all hold a special place in our hearts. The accomplishments may be personal, such as graduating from school or getting a promotion at work, or they may be shared with others, such as getting married or even having a child. These books can serve as a reminder of the hard work and dedication that went into reaching